All right. We are on page 312. We're going to go through example 3, 4, and 5 today. All right, so it's just the continuation of yesterday's lesson. So today we're going to learn how to, well, you probably already know, but we're going to learn how to graph straight lines. If you look at example 3, there's a blue line and a red line, correct? Okay. So this is going to be really easy. So that was a mistake. Okay. Sorry. Oh my goodness. No, sorry. Yeah, making you dizzy. Okay. So if you look at the solution, you guys know that a straight line, straight left and right line, horizontal, thank you, is y equals something, right? Has no x is 0. And going up and down is x equals something, and there's no y, right? Okay, so that's all that is. So if you look at the solutions, there's 2 points in your book that they label for you. So you just have to look at the x or the y. So the point it can be anywhere on that line. So for the blue line, you see the point is 2, -4, correct? So you just know that the -4 is going down, and the 2 could be any one of those numbers. It can be 2.5, it can be -500, it can be that x can be anywhere on that line, right? And it's the same way for the vertical line. The vertical line is the 4. So the 1 could be literally any number as long as you have the 4 on there. Okay? So it's kind of like in one of those like little kid games where you move the bead on the graph. I don't know. Oh. The point can be anywhere on that line, and the number of the point just determines what you see. So if you look at example 2, they give you a blue slanted line, and they give you an equation at the bottom. So we're going to, example 4 is complete an equation in standard form. So that is standard form, if you look at that equation in the box. So ax plus 3y equals 2 is what we're going to be working with. And so all you have to do for this section is write that equation down and plug in the point that they give you. So everyone go ahead and do that right now. I know it's in your book, but it just kind of gives you extra practice if you do it. This is example 4. Because 3 is just the horizontal and vertical. So ax plus 3y equals 2. And they give you the coordinate -1, 0. So you're literally just going to take this, plug it in for x. Everything else is going to stay the same. The 0 is going to be here. And then you're just going to solve for a. Oh, whoops. There we go. So, did I do that right? Yes. I'm just going to cross that off. -a equals 2. Just going to bring that over. So a equals -2. Did everyone get that? Did everyone see why I just brought the 2 over? Okay. I'm sorry, the negative's over. That's what I meant. Really, I brought the -a over here and then +2 over here, and I just switched the signs. So, okay, so that's all you do for those problems. Would you, on your dry erase board, would you go ahead and do number 3 for me? Number 3 on the bottom. Yep. Okay. Oh, number 3, sorry, that was,
Are we using that?
nope, sorry, number 3 is
Okay.
for example 3, my bad, sorry.
Hold on. Oh wait, that's example.
That's number 3, right, number 3, using example 3.
So should do us do 5 or so? You wanna do us do B?
Okay, so on the guided practice on the bottom, you'll see number 3. So you see this, right?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna put it in line form, you have x equals -8, y equals -9.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
That's really easy.
I was like, what equation do we need to use?
I was like trying to put it into the point
I was
slope.
like,
I'm like,
no.
wait, we don't have the slope, but we can't figure out the slope.
Yeah, because this is a line and that's a line. That's a horizontal vertical. Those are super,
Oh.
they're super confusing, but they're super simple once you get it.
Okay, no,
I was
this
like,
seems
I thought
to
we
be-
had to do point system or something, and I was like,
I was trying to do point slope. I'm like, we don't have a slope. Let's find a slope. Oh wait, there's only one order pair.
So
What am I
if
doing?
this were to be a horizontal line, it would be that one. If this were to be a vertical line, it would be that one.
oh.
So there's 2 answers depending on whether it's vertical or horizontal. Because we don't know the slope, because there is no slope on there,
Okay, yeah. That was
right?
way easier than I thought it was. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's making that a little bit more difficult in my head.
Let's do number 4 next. Move this a little bit. There. All right, so if this were to be horizontal, it would be y equals -5, right? And if this were to be vertical, it would be x equals 13. Everyone got it? Pretty easy. Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and try number 5 then. 5 is the from example 4. So they give you the line, and they give you the point. So you're going to solve for B. Did I do that right?
I don't know.
Oh, multiply. My bad.
Okay, because I was like, there's a 5?
Nope, 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 nope. That's my brain malfunction. Sorry about that. Hang on. Now I'm all messed up. +4. I took away the 4. No. This problem.
Oh.
Sorry about that. those little negatives and multiplications and just little things in algebra that just throws you all off. Everyone got that so far? Okay, let's do you guys want to do another one or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's do number 6. I always like to put the numbers that I put into a problem in parentheses, and it kind of keeps my negatives and positives where they're supposed to be. So that's that's a Mrs. Patterson quirk. Let's do subtract 11. Both sides by 2 to get that out of there. So now we just have A over here. We have negative 7. Right?
That's what I got.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Not like it is a question, but do you prefer, like, for when we do our homework, that we write A equals -7, or can you just put -7 for our answer?
That's a teacher specific thing.
Yeah.
I like the A.
A equal?
That's just me.
Okay.
So I prefer A equals.
Okay. So it's different.
Yeah. And it's not right or wrong as long as you get the right answer. Because sometimes you're gonna have like an A equals B equals. Or you're gonna have multiple answers for different variables eventually. Probably later in this book actually. So all right, everyone got this? All right. So, for example number 5. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna figure out how to prop this up. You know, this spinning video. All right. For example 5, they just kind of take some of these concepts and put it into like a real world problem. So let's just, how much time do we have? We're probably good on time. Let's go ahead and just do it. So if you look at number 5, so library, your class is taking a trip to the public library. You can travel in small and large vans. A small van holds 8 people and a large van holds 12 people. Your class should fill 15 vans and 2 large vans. 15 small vans, 2 large vans. Okay, number A, write an equation in standard form that models the possible combinations of small vans and large vans that your class could fill. Okay, do you want to go ahead and do that on your board? So let's do, well, let's read it and then look at the solution because we'll kind of go from there. Okay, letter B is graph, and then C is lists several possibilities. So the solution, it says write a verbal model, then write an equation. So if you look at your book, capacity of small van is 8, right? Times S is the small van plus 12. I'm going to run out of room. Times L, the large van, equals P. So passengers. Okay. Because your class could fill 15 small vans and 2 large vans, use 15 and 2. Okay. So let's just go ahead and substitute in. Let's solve for P. So we have 8. So we're going to put 15 in for S. And 2 in for the large. Okay, 15 times 2. Do you guys have your calculators? 8, I'm sorry, 8 times 15.
110.
Yeah. No, that's right. 120. And then 12 times 2 is 24. equals P, so you should have 144 equals P. Okay? So then you have to find the intercept of the graph. I hope this is working today. All right. I'm gonna get like a, not like a tripod, but a
Phone mount.
There's those
Play-Doh would even work.
If you get like the pop sockets, there's ones where you can like buy it for your car and it sticks on there, and you can just do that from there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I could probably bring something if I could find something.
Okay, I'll ask my husband, he's the techie guy.
Hey, don't.
Get a selfie stick.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're gonna graph 12, and so this is gonna be, where is this? Where's my,
You have to
Shoot
zoom
paper.
out.
can you zoom like this?
No,
No,
it has
so
one
there's
touch
up
point.
in the right corner.
Plus and minus button. Yep.
There's a minus button.
Well, you have to put
Okay.
the marker down.
Put the marker
You have
back
to put the
where
marker
you
back.
put it, and then do that.
Is it connected? Did it get? No, it didn't go.
Just press the little trash can.
Trash can.
It'll get rid of the red mark. There you go.
Ah, here we go.
There we go.
Okay, that's very.
That's probably, how do I move it to focus?
You just move it by yourself. Go whoosh.
Oh, okay.
It's magical.
This is really honestly the first time I'm using this, so it's,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing okay.
Couldn't tell.
Okay.
Let's
You
try that.
too. Alright, we're gonna substitute 0 for S and 0 for L when in the flip equations. Okay? So if you look, I'm just graphing whatever's in your book. Okay? So the 0, 0, 12, 0, by the way, this is gonna be, oh gosh, this thing. This is gonna be L, and this is gonna be S. So, 0, 12. Okay? And then we have S is 18.
18.
18, 0, yes. All right, then we have the line that goes down, mostly. All right. Any questions on that? Okay, so really it's just taking your information and putting it in the equation that we have, and then graphing the equations into horizontal lines and just doing stuff with the numbers that we have. Okay, so if you see letter C, it says list several possibilities of combinations. Any point on this line is a potential solution to the problem of who's going to go in which van. Does that make sense? Okay. Because if one person leaves this van, then they can go in this van, so on and so forth. Okay, so then graph through a couple possibilities. So you can honestly choose any one of these that are on there. Okay, so they have 0, 12, they have 6, 8, they have 12, 4, they have 18, 0. All right, any questions? Okay, this is a little confusing, so if you have any questions, just raise your hand. I will do my best to answer. I may not have the answer, but I will find the answer with you. Okay, well, let's get to our homework. Homework is page 346, 314, 18 through 34, and then number 39. Evens. 18 through 34 evens.
Can you write that on the board? And then,
Yes.
And
And then number 39. I will even use my fancy marker.
If it helps, you can have a marker and you can just read it.
Can I?
oh yeah.
That's, okay, so I was writing like this. I was putting my hand on the board and trying to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just throwing me off.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as the marker is like off the board, then you can.
18 through 34. evens, and then 39. Lesson